Rolf is an archer who joins you in Chapter 9 of Path of Radiance. If you've heard anything about him, you probably know he's bad, but I guess this is to be expected when you put a 12-year-old on the battlefield. There are a couple of reasons for this. For one, he's an archer, which is probably the worst class line in Path of Radiance. The only weapons he can use are bows, and bows are notoriously ineffective due to having no one-range options. Good units are ones that you can set up to do solid counter damage on enemy phase, but Rolf can never counter unless he's facing off against another bow user, or just at the edge of an enemy's range when they have a 1-2 range weapon equipped like a javelin. Another problem is his base level of 1 and his lackluster growth rates. It's going to take a ridiculous amount of investment to turn Rolf into a strong player phase unit that doubles or even one-rounds enemies, requiring you to set up a lot of kills for him or give him a bunch of bonus experience. The latter isn't such a bad option, since you get a lot of bonus experience in Path of Radiance, but it's still much better to use it on probably any other character in the game. I remember hearing in another short that Rolf is so bad that when he's trained up and promoted he still has worse stats than Shinon, but that's just not true at all. Even if he only leveled strength twice from level 1 to 20, he would still have more than Shinon's 9 strength with the plus 3 he gets from his promotion. The third problem with Rolf is that he starts off with E-rank bows. He can only use low 6 might iron bows at base, or his personal weapon, Rolf's bow. Rolf's bow is really nothing special, but it has 8 might, which is 2 more than an iron bow, along with a high 100% accuracy and a 5% crit bonus, which is nice for if you want to use him. It also gives 2 weapon experience for every time you use it, whereas an iron bow only gives 1, so you should prioritize using it to get him up to D rank where you can access steel bows that also give 2 weapon experience. What Rolf lacks in success, he makes up for in being fun. It's really satisfying to put the work into training him up to see him actually do good damage to enemies. There's a couple of other things he can do that are cool too. The first is the triangle attack he shares with his brothers Oscar and Boyd that I didn't have time to mention in their shorts. If 2 of the 3 brothers are positioned with bows out around an enemy like so, when the third one attacks they'll do a triangle attack that is a guaranteed critical hit. Another cool but not practical thing he has access to is the double bow, the S-rank bow in the game. It's a huge grind to even use it with Rolf, requiring you to train him from E rank to S rank in bows. The reward for doing so is pretty sad, as a double bow is really bad with only 5 more damage than a longbow, but at the same time kind of funny as it can only attack from 4 range. This still doesn't make it good though, in fact it's really bad especially since you can only use it for the last 3 maps of the game, and a forged silver bow would have 5 more might. For whatever reason only Shinon and Rolf can use the double bow. Any other unit trained up to S rank in bows can't, which adds an extra layer of funniness to the weapon. Rolf goes into the bottom of D tier. I think it's pretty heavily agreed upon that he's the worst character in the game, and I've even seen some tier lists put him on his own tier below everyone else, but to keep things simple he'll just stay here. Don't let that dissuade you from using him though. If this tier list was on how fun a unit is, I'm sure he'd be at the top. What do you think about Rolf? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more.